Hi everyone, I'm Fred Sareini, and today I'm going to show you how I make my cranberry sauce. In here I have 24 ounces. I'm making a lot of it because my family really loves this. You can always cut this recipe in half, but I have 24 ounces of cranberries. I'm using 2 cups of sugar. I know it's a lot, but cranberries can be pretty tart. I'm also using 2 cups of water. And then I'm going to put this on a medium-low heat. But before that, I'm also going to add some balsamic vinegar. This is what I think gives it that special flavor that everyone's going to wonder, man, what is that in there? That's what it is. And now this is going to go on a medium to medium-low heat until these cranberries start to pop. And you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll show you that later. I'm also going to be putting other stuff in there, and I'm going to come back and prep that too. Okay, the other things I like to put in that cranberry sauce is an apple. Now, normally I would use a Granny Smith. I didn't have any. I have these beautiful Honey Crisps that are from Michigan that I'm going to use. But the reason we're really using these is not just for the flavor, which the Granny Smith has more of a tart flavor, but for the pectin. There's a lot of pectin in these apples, which is going to gellify, if you will, or make that sauce tighter. That's what this is going to. It's going to get just the flesh of the apple, if you will. I'm going to dice it up, get it in there. I'm going to do the same with this orange. Now with the orange, we want the inside, we want the juice, but more importantly, we want this rind. So instead of doing a whole thing where you microplane it, which I'm sure you've all seen before, I use the peel. And then I'm going to go through and chop this up and get that in there too, instead of just zesting it. Because I don't want the pith. The pith is this white stuff. That's really bitter. I'm going to get rid of that and keep the flesh, put the flesh in there. Okay? And I'll show you that in a minute. Let me just finish peeling this. So what I'm doing here is I've cut them into wedges so that they're easy to do. But you see all that white? That white is the bitter stuff. That's not good stuff. We don't want this. We want to get rid of it. This is good. This, no good. I'm going to go through and chop everything. I'm going to cut this really fine, and I'm going to cut these apples really fine. They're going to go into the pot. So I'm chopping this up. I mean, they're julienne now, but I'm going to dice them as fine as I can. I kind of want them to just melt into the sauce and give the flavor that only they can give. There's a lot of oil in the peel, or what they call the, what's the word for it, Kat?
Rind.
The rind of the orange. And that oil is what's going to flavor the sauce, the cranberry sauce. Here we go. Yeah, I can do it without looking. Oh my God, there goes my finger. By the way, I see a lot of people make this mistake when they scrape stuff up after dicing or chopping. They take their knife and they scrape their board. You should never do that because that's going to dull out your knife. I always use the back of the knife to scrape. If you want to scrape, that is. You know? You can do this, one side, but when you do this, you're taking that sharp edge and you're making it go like this. And it's no longer sharp anymore. It doesn't cut when it's on an angle. Just saying. I'm also going to chop these apples as fine as I can. Actually, they're going to burst and they're going to cook down, so you don't have to be that meticulous when it comes to chopping the apples. And again, it's going to wilt down to nothing really because there's a lot of water in apples. So we're just looking for the pectin that's in here that's going to come out and thicken up that sauce for us. Zoinks! We had a Mission Impossible or a big no here. Don't tell Kathy that I spilled that stuff there. I'm sure that's going to be fun to clean, but obviously this saucepan was too small. I'm going to go to something a little bit bigger so that doesn't happen again. Everything's okay, honey. Don't worry, I got this. Okay, so I got the chopped apples in here, and I put the orange rind on top. I have my chopped orange, and here's about 1/3 of a cup of chopped and toasted walnuts. They're just lightly toasted, nothing big. It's gonna add a little bit of a crunch to the sauce, something that I enjoy. That's all gonna just go in, and let me show you what I was talking about earlier. If you can get in here, you can see that these berries have all popped now. See that? Get a close-up. And you can kind of smell the balsamic vinegar at this point. You're probably going to be like, oh my god, it's going to taste like balsamic vinegar. This is going to help with that. And cooking it is going to help with that too. Now we're only going to cook until the apple is pretty much melted into the sauce and the orange is melted into the sauce. Once that happens, we're done. Should be about another 15 to 20 minutes on medium heat, and then we can give it a taste. All right, let's take a look and see how our cranberry sauce is doing. It's looking really good. It's looking done. You can see it's thickened up a little bit from that pectin. And by the way, when it cools, it'll thicken up even more. But this is done. This is what it looks like, guys.